Welcome back, everyone, to your favorite place to be on the internet, live streaming Wednesdays. Great to see you. It's Pitch Practice.
Practice the
The
show.
show. What's up, everybody? What's up? Great to see you again, Brandon.
Good to see you too. I know we took the week off. You had some moving things going on, and I
Yeah.
was kind of busy. I didn't go live myself, but we're here.
Yes. We're here to pick right back up where we left off in our exciting book by Sabri Suby, Sell Like Crazy. Man, not only have we gone one circle around the week, but the week has gone a circle around us, and so
Like,
has the moon.
well, the moon does that every month, but it was definitely a special day on Monday,
Uh
and
huh.
it was pretty exciting day. I took the day off, enjoyed it with the family. We went to the farm. The farm was located in the path of totality. I think we might have been, I don't know, a mile or two off the actual center line when
Uh
it
huh.
actually went over. And I've experienced a solar eclipse before. I remember in grade school,
Uh huh.
maybe third or fourth grade, so it was a long time ago, we were in partial solar eclipse territory. So I remember doing the paper plate deal and looking at it through a paper plate. But this time around, didn't need a paper plate, got the glasses. And I can tell you, even today, like I had the glass, I wore the glasses all the time. There might have been a couple times where you bump your head or, whatever. And the glasses kind of fly up and you get a little sun flash or whatever. But looking at the sun, even through the glasses,
Uh huh.
from the very start to the last minute that the moon crosses was like 2 hours and something or longer. My eyes were fried.
Really?
Like even right now, they still kind of feel funny and hurt a little bit. I don't know. I got an eye appointment here, the 19th, so they're going to take a look at them, see if I did any damage. It's an annual
Wow.
deal, but they'll tell me. My dad actually he thought he was a cool dude. He was down in Florida, so they didn't have totality down in Florida. So at their peak, you still couldn't take your glasses off to look at it, and he took his glasses off to look at it, and he ended up damaging his eye. Was in the emergency room. You know, it's dumb.
Oh,
But no, it
wow.
was a good time. So you didn't get a chance to see it, did you?
I did not. And we were not
Oh,
far from the path of totality. However, when the time came for it to pass in our area, there was just complete cloud covers and it was misting and
oh,
raining. It was like, yeah, it was like, oh, this all this weight for a for cloudy skies. But wow, so it's a real thing that your eyes will get burned.
yeah. I mean, you're looking at the sun, even though it's partially blocked. I mean, it's like a focused beam at that point. Because it's not. I don't know. It's weird, but just that little sliver. It's kind of like putting it through a magnifying glass, and um, yeah, it'll burn you. It'll burn you. But let me tell you, it was super cool. Like during totality, it was dark. It was like perpetual sunset. I got a video of it.
Uh-huh.
Perpetual sunset all around, 360-degree sunset, and um, saw the planets.
Really?
Yep, saw the planets, and then apparently there's this little red speck or dot or whatever. I'm colorblind, so I really couldn't tell or see it. But there was that super bright white ring around it, and little beads and solar flares that you can kind of see with the naked eye there.
Mhm.
Um, I wish I had a telescope or a high-end camera to kind of zoom in and take pictures, but I didn't. But no, it was pretty sweet. It was
Nice.
pretty sweet.
I thought you got a camera for I thought you had glasses for your camera too.
I did have a little solar cover to go over the camera lens, but it's an iPhone and camera sucks when it comes to that kind of photography. Samsung or Google phone cameras are better when it comes to that kind of
Oh,
photography. So
oh, what's up? Hashtag comment down below where you're watching from. We see you out there watching live. Tell us where you're watching from. Give us a hashtag where you're watching from. Great to see you. We're back here again. Don't ever count us out. We know you all missed us, and people are asking, "Where have you been?" I think we've both been pretty busy. Did you win anything recently?
I got this medium shirt that I'm wearing right now. No, the shirt's actually a 2X. Okay, you never know when someone's going to give you a free T-shirt. What kind of T-shirt it is? And I guess this is a slim fit shirt. And
You don't, and so
actually,
you don't know what size to ask
yeah,
for,
I don't even know what time it's going to ask for. I think I asked for extra large. This is not 2X. It's an extra large. And there's no way I'm an extra large dude, even though I probably could, fit to lose a couple pounds. But yeah, so this is going to be my new workout shirt just because it makes me look kind of jacked already as it is. So yeah, so I won this from winning one of the weeks in the March Madness tournament that just wrapped up this past Monday. I was a little upset that Purdue lost overall, and I thought I was going to be out of the entire thing. But it turns out that
Mhm.
the two people ahead of me that scored more points than me actually worked for magnetic marketing, and they were in the contest too. So they technically weren't allowed to win, or they made rules they weren't allowed to win. So I ended up being the top non
Magnetic
employee.
marketing employee.
Yeah, to win. So I'm going to have a $2,000 book shipped to my house
I
here
was
in the
wondering,
next couple of days.
how much they were charging for that book. I thought it was going to be a couple hundred.
No, it's a couple thousand. If you go to magneticstoryselling.com, you can see how much they're charging for that book. It's $2,000 for the book.
And that's and
No
that's
joke.
and that's the book that's a joint book with Russell Brunson and Dan Kennedy.
That's correct.
That's the
Um,
magnetic story selling.
yep. So definitely looking forward to that. You will see an unboxing video of that when it shows up.
Oh,
Um,
that's nice. That is sweet.
and there's two ways to get it. One, it's in an upsell for the magnetic marketing Mifke, which they're doing an event next Thursday, I believe, the 17th. Anyway, it's a webinar. There'll be a link in the comments of this video once it wraps up to check it out. Free
Mhm.
event, and you're going to learn anything and everything you need to know about attracting your ideal customer to you without spending a ton of money on ads, because this day and age, when it comes to traffic, you want to spend as least amount as possible, and that's what
Mhm.
we're getting into today with all the
Perfect.
slaps and snaps, things like that that's going on with Google. That just had an update a couple months ago. A lot of businesses have been hit.
Yeah.
Business that I'm working with got dinged a little bit. The reporting still says number one, but I'm doing the searches myself manually, and even for the same keywords, and they've dropped rankings 2 or 3 spots. So
Mm, mm,
that
mm.
algorithm hit is going to be tough to overcome this time around.
Right,
So
right. That is a perfect intro to what we're talking about this week, because we are now in phase 5 of Sabri Suby's book. Look, there I go. I'm always putting those bookmarks. I grab whatever I can to do a bookmark. Phase 5, and it's sort of following the same steps. What are those, and what are those steps? Those steps are: we've got your research, you've got your dream customer, you know who your dream customer is, you've identified them, and you've created your high value content offer, high value offer, or your lead magnet, as some would call it. You've created your opt-in page. You've got a landing page that's going to collect those emails for you. And you've got a Godfather offer that they can't refuse. Now you're on to talk about the traffic channels that are right for your business, and then craft the most irresistible, click-worthy ads to pull prospects into your machine that you have built with the 17-step selling formula.
That's a lot of steps.
What you say?
So that's a lot of steps.
I know, right? It's like way too many steps. There's no way you're gonna memorize 17 steps. But if you know, there's the definitive guide on generating traffic for your business in lots of different uh, channels, and that's going to be your traffic secrets. You know, because we've gone through traffic secrets, and traffic secrets really breaks down the key. It breaks down principles, not so much tactics, but principles of the platforms, so that you go into it knowing what's happening behind the scene. And when you learn those principles can be applied across the board in different channels. You mentioned Google Ads. You mentioned Google Ads and Google Slaps. That's the reason why you want to have those principles, right, Brandon? Because when those slaps happen or those slaps occur, in which they will, then you want to be able to adapt to it. You won't just say, you know what? Google slapped me. They changed their algorithm. So that's it. I give up.
And I see a ton. Of Reddit threads when it comes to this kind of stuff as well. After that latest algorithm update, was it last month? I think
Tell us about that.
So with the algorithm, look, I didn't dive deep into what the algorithm update did. I just know that with the prevalence of AI and the amount of quote unquote spam sites and blogs and things like that have popped up to try to generate a quick buck from AdSense and actually take away traffic from legit businesses that are actually trying to survive, right?
Yeah.
Google has crushed a ton of pages, and it actually gobbled up some of those smaller local mom and pop stuff sites that sell those Etsy style trinkets or whatever you want to products, whatever you want to call them.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one Reddit thread that I came across. Is like, yeah, I've had this site. It's been up for 4 years. I just got to start ranking, and then next thing I know, my traffic literally went to half.
Yeah.
Overnight. And I can vouch for myself. I mean, I don't get a ton of traffic organically to my site, but I looked at the past couple months, and this month, beginning of this month compared to last month, it's about a 25% drop in traffic for what I typically see. So it's tough out there for everybody. So it's not just you, but to combat that, there's several things that will always work. One is stay active and stay relevant. So that means have dynamic, updated information on your site at all times.
Original content.
Original,
Fresh,
yeah.
Original content. Yep.
You can even update older content that to make it more relevant to today, to make it even more helpful, because Google is on this whole eat kick that actually provides value to the website visitor instead of just trying to rank for for whatever it is. So all those tricks, local landing page tricks, keyword stuffing, and that kind of stuff, it's not gonna keep working forever.
Right.
Google's gonna catch up to it and slap it down.
Yes. It reminds me of just hearing Russell Brunson talk about some of the old black hat tricks that, what happens is, people they figure out these ways to hack the system, right? And they go around and they start using these, you could call them black hat techniques, underground, and they're trying to divert the system. But what happens is Google finds out about this. And one thing I learned from reading Daryl Eves's book, YouTube Secrets, right? No, No, YouTube formula. The YouTube
Yep.
formula. Um, Google is really all about the customer experience. And if you can make that customer experience, and they don't want, they don't want people coming to their website, searching, and then seeing all of these sites on the top that are just spammy. They want quality content. When someone searches, they want the experience of the user to get what they want. And clickbait stuff, it's not what they want. It frustrates people. It's nothing more frustrating to be searching for something and see it at the top of the search engine, to click it only to find out it's not giving you the information. It's not relevant. It's repeat information. But you can always count on good, reliable, and up-to-date information to keep yourself up there at the top, because that's what people want. Think about what you want, right?
Yeah, I mean, and when I'm dealing with, renovation companies and other home service businesses, it's very competitive in that space, especially in larger cities. And the roofing industry, if you're in Texas, Florida, California, and then anywhere up the East Coast, heck, even Midwest, especially this time of year, it's tough slogging to rank, but it is possible. It's going to take some money to get it done, to have the appropriate content and links. But you just got to be careful on who you're dealing with that, and what type of links that are being bought, because part of that whole algorithm slap, like these links are being bought on sites that, again, are spammy. And so if those sites get slapped, your links are getting slapped, which then will drag your site down as well. So it's a ripple effect. Google throws a stone, it's not just the big splash. There's ripples and waves that come after the fact that affect everybody.
Right. And with AI today, I know that there was a recent ban of AI robocalling, and YouTube has instituted a policy that if you have any computer generated content, then it has to be disclosed
Mm-hmm.
in the video. And what they're doing is they are, if you're using that type of content, then they're throttling it back. You've heard of those shadow
Mm-hmm.
band, where it's not a written ban, but when you put it up there, somehow your videos just don't get as much exposure because you're being shadow banned. So
Yeah.
I've always been on the fence about using AI, and I don't have a thing against it, but I think some people just use it in the wrong ways. Instead of they use it as a sole way of creating content, when it should probably just be used as a tool to assist, and always keep your original voice, and just
Mm-hmm.
use AI as a tool to assist you. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I even thought about doing one of those faceless YouTube channels, because you can hook up CapCut with GPT and tell GPT to create a 1 minute video about the top 10 places to visit in Arkansas or something like that, and then it will spit it out and create the video and do the voice of it and do the pictures. They're not the best if I go in and redo the pictures, but I mean, it's a quick way to pump out content for shorts and reels and things like that. But Google is slapping those down because of all of the spam that's going on out there, and it's clogging the systems up.
Yes. And Google is the parent company of YouTube, both search engines.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
One thing, I tell you that I've been searching through this book. As we're going through this book, I've been searching for something new. What has Sabri Suby got to say that is just new? And it's interesting because I keep finding something new. I did find something that I liked in this phase too, that I felt I need to give a shout out to him. Yeah, hey, look, he did your pyramid there, Brandon.
Yep, the upside down funnel. There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, that's the same. That's the same pyramid that he showed in the infomercial that we watched when we first got into it. Hey, how about you send me a copy of that magnetic story selling? How about you copy every single page and send me one?
I don't want to. I don't want to pay a big fine for copyright infringement. So we can talk about it. I'll,
I,
we can go through it, but I won't send you a copy of it.
cool. That would be a cool book. But what he's really talking about in this area is how to take that super cold traffic and how to really speak to your customers at the different levels. I like the way that he brings it out and he talks about it as he says he takes your prospects from Tinder to Netflix and chill. So he calls the cold phase Tinder profile. He says
Hmm.
the warm phase is your second date, and then the hot is Netflix and chill. I'm not going to say anything about that.
I mean, it's a good. I mean, it's a good allegory or euphemism or whatever the heck you want to call it. Good comparison. Um, and he does break it down very well and gives you the tactics behind the theory, which not a lot of books do. I mean, I think even better than Hormozy's book with the Leeds book. This book does
Oh,
a better condensed, more digestible version of what's in that book. And what I like about the pyramid that you mentioned there, it shows you all the places where everybody is kind of falling into, with Google being the number one place for people who are in buy mode, or Bing, or least known Yahoo, and then if you're the tinfoil hat wearing person, DuckDuckGo. But as we get there, you still have Google. People are still in search mode. LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube for cold, as well as the awareness stage, the date, um, the warm traffic second date. So all your content has to be tailored for each part of the buying stage. And he goes
yeah,
through for your HVCO, high value content offer, that's top of the funnel. So that's the introductory phase that will drive them to the website, and then you send them the emails, which then drive them back to your blogs and YouTube videos to keep warming them up. And then once they're kind of ready, they'll go and Google, and hopefully if you've done everything right and people have hit your site enough times, Google knows that, hey, you're looking for this, you've already been to this site before, I'm going to serve it to you again so you can get what you need. And that's kind of how you beat the algorithm slaps, uh, because if Google knows you keep going to a site over and over again, for the one thing that you're looking for, it's going to
yeah,
give you that site again.
yeah. One point that he didn't make in this book, and it was a point that was really made in you know the Traffic Secrets book by Russell Brunson. He talks about the difference between uh, interruption marketing
Hmm.
and search marketing. The difference between interruption and search. Search is much more hotter traffic, because the search marketing, they are actually entering in phrases into the search engine, such as the best, the best
Hmm.
dip, the best chiropractor, the best way to, or they're entering in searches like, chiropractors in my area. Those are the terms. Now, that's much different than trying to reach someone on Facebook or social media, TikTok. Those buyers, you know why I call them buyers, right, Brandon?
Hmm.
Why?
Because they're liars. Buyers are liars.
No, I was just that was one of your phrases, Grant Cardone. Because a buyer is a buyer is a
Oh,
buyer.
buyer's a buyer is a buyer. I forgot about that one. Speaking of which, we'll talk about that here in a minute.
Yeah, yeah.
Cardone,
10x.
there
10x
was a
was just
10x
last
deal
week, right?
last week. We'll talk about that later. But let's continue on with the traffic
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah, but it's much different when you're trying to reach the buyers on a Facebook or an Instagram or a TikTok, because they're not searching for your solutions necessarily. They're not searching for a solution. They're going to the place to connect with friends. And that's when I think you really have to be creative to catch their attention, to get them away from that, to make them pay attention. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what I really liked about some of the examples he showed in this book. He talked because I think he's just a real big ad guy, I guess, because he runs the King Kong agency and they do a lot of ads. But I want to talk about the type of ad types. He put them into categories, and just he talked about the ad type that if they can do it, you can do it too. He talked about a prediction based ad copy. And these are the Google ad examples. Then he talked about the fear mongering, the breaking news, the myth busters, testimonials, and these are all different ways. And these are all, as he gives those examples, they look kind of like what the ad platforms look like. And these are not even videos. This is
Mm-mm.
the written word and how to grab someone's attention. And then
Yeah,
he
and
even Mhm.
I was gonna say, yeah, and I like those ads how he has them set up. I've tried to do those sensationalism type ads on pay per click deal, and I've been smacked so many times when it comes to that kind of stuff. So you do have to be very careful on the wording
Uh-huh.
and being too sensational, no exclamation points or anything like that, because Google kind of wants it to look clean and not like a big spam site or a scam ad or anything of that nature. So uh, if you got the book, use the ads as a good template, test them out as far as styling goes, but be mindful of the sensationalism or making it look like one of those too good to be true type ad offers.
Yes, those exaggerated claims, those
Yeah,
get rich overnight.
yeah,
And yeah, those things are detected. And you know what I know YouTube is using AI. YouTube is using AI to actually police a lot of the clickbaity stuff. And I'd learned some really unbelievable steps that YouTube is taking when then when they're ranking your videos and they're exposing it to more people. And I know Mr. Beast has figured it out because
yeah.
they're taking facial recognition. It's called what is it called? The Google Lens. Have you heard of it?
Maybe a passing.
Yeah, a Google Lens. So not only are they using the words, they're actually, and that's the reason why you can post a video on YouTube and then the transcript be available almost as you're speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they're listening for words. They're watching images to see faces, expressions, backgrounds. So yeah, everything is being monitored, and so yeah, I think you play by the rules to try and get the best rankings. So you've tried sensational and no go.
No go, especially on display. The Profit Secrets book that I have, which is a lead magnet from the coaching program that I was within, white label thing, kind of changed it up, made it my own thing. And, I put together an ad and you can see it on all my blog posts for what it is. That same image that I put up for display ads, Google shut it down because of the monetary claim type deal that I have on there, $100,000 in your business in 45 minutes or less. Download the book now type deal, or without spending a dime on ads. Um, download the book now, and then taking them to the landing page that it goes to is pretty sensationalized. And anytime you're dealing with an income claim or weight loss, those two are highly regulated by the FTC and FCC. So be careful with those.
Before and after photos.
Yeah, before and after photos, claims about weight loss, especially if it's a supplement type weight loss deal, you got the FDA, it could be screaming down your neck, things like that. Just there's a lot of disclaimers. So make sure you have a good compliance officer or, do what other people are already doing that are legit, and just model theirs. And that way, you're kind of walking the good line.
Walking the line. Yeah. And that's pretty much what he covers in this entire chapter. But I think it's interesting because he wrote the book back in 2019, and he does have screenshots in here, and that's always risky. Taking screenshots of social media, always risky, because by the time you the book goes to publish, it's different.
Well, yeah, I mean, even with the Google shots for what the search results are now, to where the ads used to be, you would see them in the search, then you'd see a whole bunch of ads on the right hand side. That's gone now.
Yeah.
And even what he shows as the current is gone, to where Google has local service ads. So if you're looking for a local service, they're going to be popping up first, then usually have two more ads, and then you might have a search result, and then below that, and then you'll have the maps, and then below that you'll probably have another sponsored part before you even get to the regular search results. So there's a lot of links competing for that above the fold, and Google's doing its best to cram everything up there. And then you have, on top of all that could possibly show up, is a whole knowledge bank card, depending on how good your SEO is about your company. If somebody's looking you up or looking up that type of service, and you've been and that prospect has been to your site before as well. So
yeah. And I think he wrote this book before TikTok was even a thing. Because
I thought he mentioned TikTok in here. I could be wrong.
He talked about the rising star in the ads field becoming Facebook. He called Facebook a rising star.
Yeah, this was 2019, and they did kind of rise. I think they kind of plateaued out. Still a number one spot to advertising. You should be advertising on Facebook and Instagram. TikTok, honestly, I don't think you should be advertising on TikTok. It's too easy for somebody to scroll and swipe away and see the ad. And then plus with all of the TikTok shop ads that aren't really ads, like, people are over it, and they're not there to be sold. Like, they want to see the latest dance line cowgirl video. I guess that's the thing that's going on right now. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about.
It must be that
your boots aren't working song, whatever it is. Come on, Mark, you're in Texas. I know you heard it.
The only song I can think of, it must be Beyonce.
No, not the Beyonce song. It's your boots aren't working. Drinks must have been flowing. Car must have broke down or something like that. So I don't know.
It's funny because they just hash the old songs. That's like, you just described every country song. Okay.
Oh yeah, every country song right there.
You just described some songs. Carrie Underwood.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what it is, but I bet if I open it up now that I've talked about it, it'll start popping up. But anyway.
Yeah, I still don't have the app on my phone.
Oh, well, that's why you haven't heard it yet.
Yeah,
it's not on Facebook yet or Instagram. It's only TikTok so far, and YouTube. So speaking of additional traffic and sales and webinars, um, Mr. Cardone had an event last week.
Yes, yes.
10x Growth Con, number 9.
In Las Vegas.
No, it wasn't in Vegas. It was
Oh,
in
I'm sorry. It
Florida.
was in Florida. It was in
Number
Florida.
10, number 10 is going to be in Vegas. And he was saying it's probably going to be his last one.
Yeah,
Which
right.
I don't know. I don't know. Usually he kind of sticks to his guns for whatever he's doing just because it's kind of getting so big and his age and where he's looking to kind of go. During the event, he was talking about going to Wall Street with his business deals for the real estate. But the event itself was pretty good. I didn't get a chance to really focus and pay that close attention to everything that was going on. I honestly kind of wish I was there in person because the virtual webinar version was a giant sales pitch for the 10x sales system, boot camps and 10x 360 and 10x stages and a couple others. And it was extremely high ticket. Like we're talking tens of thousands of dollars. Like this wasn't your average run of the mill deal.
$997.
Yeah, this wasn't a $997 deal. He gave the seminar away for free. You could have bought the $47 upgrade to get the VIP, so you can ask questions on the back end to the speakers and all that kind of good stuff. And you got an additional course and something else on the back end as well. But because I was working at the time too, trying to actually make sales,
I saw part of day one, and then I was completely busy. I saw
yeah.
the first speaker on the first day. I saw Jared go up there, and I think I saw Jared's his sales pitch. I think he had Jared do the sales pitch. You know how Grant likes to just cut through all the BS and just put it out there 10
Oh
minutes.
yeah,
This
he
is
was
what
pitching.
this is what I'm
Yeah.
selling.
Yep, that's it. He was like, "This is what I'm selling," and they just did not stop talking. Like there was more filler talk during that event than a golf match or
Then
something like that.
is
You know
it
what I mean?
is
They
it
just kept
is it
talking.
more than you remember from years past?
No, it was about the same. But again, if you were there at the event, you have the intermission speakers, so to speak, that kind of go up there and kind of tell their story on the success they had in any of the Cardone programs that we really didn't get to see. We missed some of kind of Grant's pitching that he did in there. We saw pretty much all the speakers. I missed Tucker. I got to see a bit of Schwarzenegger. He was the
Who
closeout.
who
Mike Tyson was there. Tucker Carlson, Mike Tyson, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Those are the only three that I remember that I actually got to sit down and watch from the 3 days.
Okay.
I'm sure there were more. There was a Wall Street guy on there, and then there was another guy that was on there before that I saw at another 10X event, talking about the real estate and the stock market. You had the Nigerian brothers there talking about options again. So it was kind of a repeat there. And then I can't even think.
I saw an email come in my inbox, and I figured it had these names, and I said those were probably speakers at the event. I was getting about 4 or 5 emails from him a day.
I missed the closer on day one, and it was somebody that I wanted to see, but I can't think of who it was. I have to go back. He's going to sell the replay. I'll probably end up buying it. But
He
yeah,
hasn't
I
sold
mean,
the replay already. I was
I don't,
thinking he did.
I haven't seen any emails for the replay, just for the 10x sales system to buy. But yeah, I mean, you go there for the networking. That's really what you're paying the ticket for. Next year, he's selling tickets off the rip at $2,500 for the cheap seats, 10 grand for the high roller seats. So one day I'll get there.
Yes.
Maybe
Yes.
if this is the last time. But no, I'm sure it was a good event. Networking is always great there. Like I said, I enjoyed the time that I went in 2020. And I definitely wanted to go back, but I put more focus on FHL, and that'd be the conference that I go to, on an annual basis until they're kind of done. But I'm due for a 10x growth on. But getting to the traffic part of it, I think I was just looking back on how he had pitched it, right? So obviously I'm on the email list, so I'm going to be getting it anyway. But there were tweet upon tweets. Cardone loves Twitter. I think that's his kind of number one platform that he's on over anything else. But he put out thousands of tweets about 10x GrowthCon. Saw the ads roll through on stories and in Facebook, and then just hitting the massive list to get everybody signed up for it. And the fact that he gave it away for free, like that was his self liquidating offer, right? Because it's not cheap to host a live webinar like that for the thousands of people to
To
be
come
in
on.
there.
To come
And I
on.
was
Yeah.
in room 2 or 3, depending on the day. So I don't know how many Zoom rooms he actually had, but I think a Zoom room can hold a couple hundred people in it. So there's a lot of people that were popping in and out of the event. So there's a lot of people there. He made his
Yeah.
money back. But
Yeah. 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 Cool. Cool. Did his daughter or his wife speak? I'm sure they did.
yeah, Elena spoke, and she's actually getting a little bit better each year that she ends up speaking. The first year that I heard her speak, it was terrible, absolutely terrible. It's like as an actress,
She
you
was
can't get up on. Yeah, she's an
good
actress.
last year. She was good last year.
This year she was better from the last time that I heard her. She gets better and better every year. It's not like she probably does it all the time. Like this is her signature talk, right? And that's the thing that they kind of harped on the entire time and selling that stage is have that signature talk, that webinar, that 5-minute deal, right? And if you can get that down, you can sell anything to anyone. But just get your signature talk down. Well, again, when it came to the traffic, he hit every avenue, got all of his warm people, everybody that knows him, hit the email list. Cold people, never heard of him before. I saw those people in the chat saying, "What's this all about? What's it going to be like? What can we expect?" type deal. So people just getting introduced to Cardone, and then you had the lukewarm people that are kind of there, might buy, yeah, that I actually got a call. I got a telephone call after day 1 from the Cardone offices, and they asked me one question: "Do I know enough to make a decision today to buy?" Well, they did ask me how I enjoyed day 1. I was like, I caught a good bit of it. He's like, "Well, do you have enough information to make a decision today?" And I was like, "Oh no, I'm not buying that." I mean, I already have everything else. I'm not spending more money on the same information. It's like, "Well,
That's what I,
do you have card on you?" I was
that's
like,
what I
"Yeah,
keep saying. That's what I keep saying. I think we probably have this whole training set. But then I heard Jared saying that he redid it. I heard him say that. He said,
well,
I took Grant in the studio and we started doing recordings and this is new material." And I'm like, okay, really?
um, well, yeah. I mean, the way it's kind of repackaged, sure, it's new material, but it's still the same stuff. Um, like that whole 10x business system that we got a couple years ago, that like we already have it, right? And so I don't know what they're adding to it, unless if it's like an in-person deal to help with the implementation part of it. But that's really all it comes down to is the implementation. Is like, are you going to implement it, or are you going to hire somebody else to implement it?
Yeah,
So if you
yeah.
already have the information, hire somebody here, take this and implement it.
Find a who.
Find a
Yeah.
who. That's all it is. That's the secret to any of this, especially when it comes to traffic. You got to find the who to get you to the site. And so your who could be Google, it could be Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, which is really big now in the search results. So if you're not on Reddit, get on Reddit.
And that's the thing about comments that you make on Reddit. They'll show up in search engines, right?
Yep.
That's a unique thing. You make comments on Facebook, you're not going to show up on a search engine. But
there's some deal that Google has with Reddit right now that's kind of hand in hand, and
answers to questions, because Reddit is really an answers forum.
Yeah, like Quora, but I think Reddit's better than Quora. You know what I'm tired of seeing on Quora? That is totally off topic, but stupid kids asking if their 4.0 GPA will get them into Stanford. I'm like, dude, your 4.0 GPA and 770 SAT score or 1700 SAT score. Could I get into Stanford with it? Get out of here. Go away. No, you can. Sure, you'll get into Stanford. You got a 4.0, right? Good for you. I think they're just on there to brag. But anyway, I digress. I'm a little salty with Biden's new loan forgiveness program that I'm not going to qualify for.
That's why you should have your loans paid off. But it would have been nice to have gotten some help. I paid mine off the old-fashioned way.
I'm working on mine.
I paid it. Yeah.
I'm working on it.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
That's it. I'm just holding out. Like one day, maybe my ticket will come in and I'll get a boost and a lift. If not, I'm just going to keep working as I work and hunt that big whale to help pay my stuff off.
Yes. Now, if you want to take your customers from Tinder to Netflix and chill, read Phase 5.
Yeah. Read Phase 5. Get the book. Link in the comments. Link in the comments to get the book. It's an affiliate link. Just close that for the Amazon peoples out there that watch the video when I put the links in the comments. Yeah.
That's it. That's next week. We're going to hit it again. Yeah, next week.
Yeah, I think next week we got 6, 7, and 8. I think we can wrap all 3 of those up because it goes over sales conversion, and that's kind of a short one. And then I think 8 is automate and multiply, which is really short.
Yes, I'm going to be working on really getting set up here too. I'm still in the transition mode, but we'll be here. All right, Brandon.
All right, take care.
It's time to get something to eat. It's time for you to go to sleep.
I'm going to bed. Yeah, it's past my bedtime.
Thanks for watching. Until next time, we'll see you next week. Take care, everybody.